Press the button. There we go. Okay. Okay, there we go, there we go. So, hello world, I'm Dr. Shado, Midnight Personality Best Hair, and welcome back to Euro Truck Sim 2. And back to this long haul, we got 2,000 kilometers to go. Also, there's a question mark man over here, so I'd like to tag it. Just to get that out of the way. See exactly what this is. Okay. Not much in terms of the reversal. I got this. Boom. Okay, there we go. Now back on the road. And once we finish this delivery, we should be able to afford ourselves a beautiful, beautiful new garage. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you, thank you. New garage, new truck. Expand Euro Betsy even further. And red lights, and in Europe, no turn on red.
Don't hack off your limbs!
Hello, hello. Now let me see. Something seems a little off about this. Oh, there's my problem. I accidentally blocked my chat windows, so it's not updating my chat windows properly. Let me minimize that. Click on that. Click on that. There we go. Now it should update my chat windows properly. Okay. So, hello, United Chaos and Jovid. Yeah, unless they're on the top layer, it doesn't update them. And I had set it up so that it would do that. So that was the problem I was having before, when I thought that I couldn't get it working unless I was in the middle of a stream before I set it up. But that was just because usually if I set it up in the middle of the stream, it would end up on the top layer. Where am I in the game? Where am I headed? Where am I hauling? What am I hauling? Not entirely sure, and not entirely sure. But I know I'm going 2,178 kilometers to get there. There we go. Going to asphalt. Oh, must be going 50 here. There we go. I was like, hey, go 80 up here, and then it's like suddenly, oh, by the way, actually 50. Hello, Cataclysm. Try to purchase your first pistol, but your credit isn't what they're looking for. Fortunately, it won't let you build your credit either. I don't know. generally, like, my EDC is a Taurus G3C, which, yes, it's a Taurus, yes, it's a Brazilian gun, and a lot of people are like, Taurus, that's not really great, but number one, modern Taurus is not old Taurus, and the quality has gone up considerably. Number two, God, it's cheap. Like, cheap? But High Point cheap is like great value from Walmart. They say it works, but you know it really doesn't. But it is cheap. Whereas Taurus cheap is, well, they're a Brazilian gun company, and they don't get that, they don't really get all that much. Their reputation's bad, still. So they can't really charge a premium like, oh boy, I got a Taurus. No one's bragging about it. But, despite that, the new ones are still pretty good. So, like, you could get a G3C for like about $300. At least you could when I got it. Maybe by now they've gone up. But for $300, including 3 12-round magazines, that's pretty dang good. Most, you'll find, will just come with 1 magazine and cost twice as much at least. Bought a Turkish 1911 from Regent, and the other new spring needed. It's kind of hard to argue with classic, even if it's not name brand. Yeah, 1911. Of course, it's like, what exactly are you looking for in a gun? Like, my first gun was a Taurus Judge. Now, for that, I was looking for a very versatile gun, which a Judge is. It is my only gun, so anything I need a gun for, is what I would be going to. But when it came to the G923, that purchase was because while you can carry a Judge, it's small enough for that, it's not comfortable. And if it's not comfortable, you're not going to carry it. So, you know, it's big, it's heavy. I had the tracker with the 4-inch barrel. There's all kinds of unruly. So I got the G3C because it would be a much more comfortable everyday carry. So I got that specifically for that specialization. Now, it's not the thinnest everyday carry out there, and it's not the lightest, but it is plus P rated, so I have it loaded with like a Hornady critical duty. So it's, even though it's got a relatively short barrel, it makes it count. Mossberg MC2C is 350, double stack 9mm. Okay, now here's my problem with Spotify right now. Their shuffle fucking sucks. I have it set to avoid repeats. It would be, I wouldn't blame you if you thought I hadn't set that. It's actually set by default to avoid repeats. You might not have noticed this because every single fucking truck intro stream, we're listening to the same fucking music over and fucking over again. So, what I'm going to end up having to do is get a third-party app, like a Spotify Shuffler, to load into Spotify and then just shuffle the playlist itself, and then play the playlist without shuffle, so that it's actually shuffled. Because there's no fucking point to having 40 hours of fucking music if I only ever listen to the same 20 minutes over and over again. What the fuck kind of shuffle is this? It's Spotify Shuffle. That's what fucking kind of shuffle it is. Anyway. One nice thing, I have a cup holder on my desk now. And I ended up just straight deleting Sonya Blade off the playlist because I got sick of listening to it so fucking much. Spotify's little algorithm was there like, ah, you listen to this a lot. You must want to listen to it even more. I'm like, no, I listen to it a lot because you keep putting it on. Stop putting it on. This one is getting close. It's not quite there yet. But, anymore. And we might be deleting this from the playlist as well. Whew. Okay, just a second there, United. We got some turns here. Okay. Starting a TCG card shop simulator. Can't pick a name for the business. What would I name it if I were you? Well, the problem is, United Chaos, I don't really know you all that well. But I know what I'd name it if I were me. Actually, I don't. I was hoping that I'd think of something by the end of that sentence, but it didn't actually come, so I just fucking lied to you. That's great. Well. Expensive cardboard. That'd be the worst name ever. Then again, the inverse isn't necessarily great. Cheap foil? No. You want to say, like, value and put something, like, mystical about what the product is. Make it sound like you're giving a great deal, but not, like, because it's shit. You're giving a great deal on legendary products. Like, affordable treasures. Not that. That's too damn clinical. That sounds like something an AI would come up with. Okay, Rare deals is too fucking vague. Decker's Deck Dock. Oh, that would be fucking amazing. China imports fucking hate. How much gas we got in this thing? Plenty. Got 9 hours till we got a conch out. Approximately 26 hours of driving time left. And we gotta get this there in 47. I'm glad we were able to pick up the job from the last stream, because, you know, when you can't finish your job, that's kinda sad. I am still confused about... There's a thing that's been going on YouTube. It's a good thing, but good things don't happen to me, which is why I'm confused and slightly worried. Like, is this good, or is this one of those things where I think it's good and then it turns to shit immediately? I mean, the copyright claims. Like, I've talked about for years how I kind of laugh on when I see a much bigger movie review YouTube channel go on social media and bitch and moan that one of their videos got hit with a copyright claim, and I'm just there on the outside looking in like, I've got a movie review YouTube channel. Literally every single video gets hit with at least one copyright claim. What are you talking about? But a weird thing has happened over the last month. My videos have stopped getting hit with claims. I mean, the last claim to arrive was for Alien Rubicon. I sent the Asylum disputes, and within 24 hours they were like, ah, yeah, sure, it's a deck or whatever, and just let that go. And it's, you know, business as usual. Some companies do let you go sooner than others, and the Asylum tends to be better about that than others. It's like, they understand how YouTube stuff works, and they also understand how their own business model works, and they make money by people talking about their stuff. Like, someone going online and saying their movie sucks, they're not worried about that. They're counting on it. So they don't mind that at all. So, you know, me and the Asylum have kind of a cool relationship there. They make a movie, I hate it, I talk about it, and they hear me talk shit about what they've made, and they make a little bit more money as a result. So, it's win-win for both of us. Hello, Masaku. Hello. But the thing is, the last month, like after the Alien Rubicon review, nothing has been even getting claimed. And YouTube automatically claims. So I'm left here wondering, like, why not? What's happening? The Predator Wastelands review, that did not get claimed. And I'm like, okay, well, that's the Asylum, and it's a newer one. Maybe they just said fuck it and didn't put it in the system. Like, maybe they're working ahead of time. Then came the Evil Nun review. Put that up, and that also didn't even get claimed. And I'm like, okay, well, that's another Asylum movie. Maybe that's, you know, it's working out. It's okay. Then, I uploaded the Alien 2 on Earth review. That one's been around for a while. It's an Italian movie, has nothing to do with the Asylum. Also didn't even get claimed in the first place. And I'm thinking, like, okay, well, this one is an older one. Maybe that just, like, fell under the radar. Then, just now, I uploaded my follow-up review, Start of the March of the Clowns, Clown Motel Vacancies. 2020 movie, absolute piece of shit that has nothing to do with the Asylum. No claim. Nothing. Again. And I'm like, that's now a month of reviews that I've uploaded straight without any claims coming. And I'm like, huh? Is that the next video? Which one? Alien 2 on Earth or Clown Motel Vacancies? Alien 2, yeah, Alien 2 on Earth will be finishing off the month of mockbusters. Fuck. What is it? Why, you... Oh, because you didn't want to get into... Well, sir, you're kind of in my way now. This is the Betsy Lane. Mesmerizing mechanism, astounding additives, and needful things. Needful things. I'm just gonna call it the most basic shit ever. What you need at a great price. Needful Things is a good book? Is it a sequel to Great Expectations? Like, what's going on here? Book by Stephen King about a store owned by the devil. Stephen King book and movie. Okay. Your local card store. All knows what it is what it is. Couldn't come up with anything better. Your local card store isn't so bad. I mean, that gives it some, like, personalization. to the area. Like, say, I mean, it's kind of hard to do that with a fictional area in a simulator, because if you've got just, any location has its own kind of flavor to it, so you can try and lean into that for naming conventions. Max von Sydow is the devil. I feel like I could make a good devil in a movie. I don't know. It's like role I was born to play. Think about it. Everyone be dying, I'd just be judging them the whole fucking time? Okay. Oof. There we go. Like a glove. Okay, 6 hours left. Decker's devilishly demonic deli. Ah, yeah. I always had plans, like for what to do after I get 1 million subscribers. I was going to take a double-decker bus down to Deckerville to go to Decker Deli and order a double-decker sandwich. There's a Deckerville. I can't remember exactly where. I think was it in? It might have been in Illinois. Either way, like I could go full Decker if I had enough money, but. I'm not doing that unless I hit 1 million subscribers. Because otherwise, it's just, like, it's just an expense. Deckerville in Michigan, okay. Well, that's close. Hello, Jack. Hello. Hey, I wonder once they add Michigan to American Truck Sim, will Deckerville be a location that they keep, or will that be just like one of the areas that just don't make it? I mean, the area will make it, but I mean the town will just like smooth that out. So here's a used car salesman. I mean, my salesman voice is very clean, but that's the thing. It is too clean. It doesn't sound human anymore. It doesn't sound devious, but the fact that it doesn't sound human kind of makes it a little bit eerie. But one thing I did earlier today that you might have noticed if you were on the Discord, I went to one of SCS Software's latest news blurbs for this game because, like I've been saying, like people do harp on my use of AI in Convent Chronicles, which I do understand. But I also am of the opinion that, hey, you know what? A lot of these guys are getting free passes for the blatant use of AI. I don't mind having to mark that, yes, I use AI, but I know a lot of these guys use AI, and they don't mark it. Like, I was pointing out in last stream of this game, driver profile images are very clearly AI. Like, AI upscaled. Especially when you have the originals to compare them to. They look the same, but they're, lower resolution, and now they're exactly the same, but higher resolution and weirdly smooth. So yeah, they're clearly AI upscaled. But SCS does not. Broke people gotta do broke people things. Yeah. And it's like, I understand SCS is a smaller team as well, and there's 350 driver profile images. Like, that's not a small thing to... Let's see, how do we update this? Also, every driver is technically a unique person. Also, there are people who, they have picked their driver profile image and they have an attachment to it, and just changing it completely will be weird to people, and people dislike that. So what do? It's like the AI upscaling is actually not a bad solution. But they didn't ever acknowledge the AI upscaling in their, they never disclosed it on the store page. So that's where I'm just there like, hey, wait a minute. I disclosed the fuck out of my AI use. But I've sworn for a while, like, just reading the recent news bits of SCS Software's little updates for the trucking games, that those are AI written. And today I decided, fuck it, I'm actually going to test the damn thing. I copied and pasted the text into Zero GPT, and I was like, okay, detect AI writing, what do you got? And it came out with a 92%. And going down it and checking hi Tara, yes. Going down it and checking exactly where that 8% of text was that was not detected to be AI written. It was literally the links to their socials. That was it. That was the only part in the whole thing. Hi Tara, it's okay. Okay, any update on the car DLC thing? Nah, nothing. No news. So glad you streamed tonight because I have a demo game to propose to play in VR called Woman Simulator. Play a housewife who take care of the house while your husband go to work. Oh Jesus! It's fine. We're good. Not my fault. This guy's so damn slow. Oh. Send you a pic of the screen in your Discord. Okay, yeah, sure. It sounds like a bit of a trip. Probably, like, it sounds like room scale kind of stuff, which works out good in VR. Sounds like a Dick with Things simulator, probably with physics, which works out really good in VR. And it sounds like there's going to be the time limits, because, they're waiting for the husband to get back, so you gotta, like, organize, do this, that, and so any kind of chaos that comes will be emergent gameplay, which is wonderful. It sounds like a winner for VR. Though it's going to be interesting to see if it manages to not be super frustrating, because the like cat lateral damage, the VR version of that, works out because you're trying to cause chaos. So the physics and the chaos that naturally come from it are like, that's good, bonus. But the version of Woman Simulator in my head, the physics and chaos that comes from that, will be something you're trying to avoid. So, or at least mitigates. Maybe there's some way, like, certain physics are bad, others don't really matter so much, and you can work with that. I had my leg x-rayed today. The doctor said, in Chinese, He said, damn it, I can't, I'm not, like, I've been learning Japanese, not Chinese, so while I do recognize those characters, and I do recognize that that is in Chinese, let's see, your telemeasure is 2.51 centimeters, it said in Chinese, and okay. Jesus. Okay. Whew. It's like, just trying to see it. Like, the first one is... As soon as I can get on cruise control, there we go. It's like, person, black, over hearts, white, book. Well, that's not like, these are like the radical components within it. And that's traditional Chinese. That's not even simplified Chinese. So, like, most Chinese written in China today is simplified Chinese. Though the traditional Chinese is still, of course, taught and everything. But interestingly enough, the traditional Chinese is more tied to Japanese kanji because that's the Chinese that existed when Japan was using Chinese characters in their writing. For their writing, exclusively, I should say. Japan started, no written language, then got Chinese. And then we're like, okay, this doesn't really work too well. We gotta add something here. And then that created the hiragana and katakana. And then, of course, there's the hentagana, but let's not get it. It's like we've already complicated enough. We already got three alphabets here. So let's... But yeah, it's like, it frustrates me to see SCS clearly and obviously using AI, and also not disclosing it. It's like, come on, guys. Now, I am confident, like, where it counts, like the map designs and stuff, they're still doing that by hand and everything. That's not really something you can super well automate. But I'm left wondering, like, why are you automating, like, news reports? That's your front face to the world. Don't fucking automate that. How expensive could it have been for them to hire an intern to fucking just say... Or did they hire an intern to just fucking put something up and the intern has just been using AI and the guys at SCS proper actually don't even know because it takes an asshole who's neck deep in AI to recognize it and be like, this is fucking AI. Don't you brake check me, you stupid son of a... He's fucking brake checking me. Stupid son of a bitch that he is.
And the body count rises.
Thank you, monster. Whew. Got 2 hours till we gotta sleep. Well, I mean, we should probably sleep now, all things considered. Here we go. Today's been a nice busy day. Had a lot going on. Still a lot of things I have to take care of. But also, I had a bit of an interruption because I spent like half an hour writing an email to an old friend I haven't spoken to in decades. Not sure if they even remember me, but hey, you know what? There's always a chance. Okay, we still got over half a tank of gas. This Volvo has a beautifully gigantic gas tank. Okay. Okay. I don't want to activate the high... Well, I do want to activate the high beams, but I don't have the button bound to it. I'm sorry. Just like you did, full of noxious gas. And it happens, man. But yeah, before the stream started today, I went ahead and did a restart on the headset, so hopefully whatever memory leak problem Virtual Desktop currently has is not going to affect us during our 4-hour stream. Hopefully. Watching the State of the Union tonight. No, I don't know the last time I don't know if in my life I've ever watched the State of the Union address. So, I mean, I know it's a thing that happens. I just, yeah. Send the best menu screen of Woman Simulator on the gaming general. Which we'll try it one day, and if Poltergeist you're playing it, you have to say it's a sociology study purpose to play as the game. Or, as a VR player, assure quality products for the VR community. Of course, of course. Because you gotta clean the house while your husband's at work, and when he's home, you just gotta work real hard at making sandwiches. Like, what? You know, I'm trying to figure this out. The way you've described this, and I'm trying to think, like, how the moment-to-moment gameplay will be. What's the gameplay loop? Clean, make sandwiches, clean, make sandwiches. I mean, making sandwiches is also one of the things that you just do in VR. I remember when you could make pancakes in Zenith. That was a lot of fun. Too bad they fucked the game up so bad. Oy. Worst thing to happen to Zenith was the fucking dev team. Like, they had they had something so valuable right there, and the bad design and mismanagement just tanked it. It's like, no. Cooking's not in the demo. be barefoot and pregnant. That is ridiculous. I encourage all women to wear shoes. We don't really need to stop for gas. May as well just keep it going. Got about 18 hours estimated left on the trip, 9 hours left till we gotta sleep. If we want to push it as hard as possible, we could probably do it in one sleep. Or, no, we got 30 hours until it's due. So, that complicates things a bit. But Jack say, like, what's this about barefoot and pregnant? I'll take her. Jesus, man. Ugh. Politicians are evil? I mean, cataclysm. Those are pretty much synonyms. Though I guess technically one is a noun and the other is an adjective. Though I think the first could still be an adjective. In which case it is the same as the following adjective. And I just feel like the word phrase evil politician is just kind of redundant. It's like saying a dishonest lawyer, you know? Remember the rip-roaring comedy based on the idea of what if a lawyer had to tell the truth? Like, imagine how zany that would be. Oh yeah, Jova. That's a favorite. I could put even more clips of that as little sound bites to play on Twitch. Though the one does get a lot of mileage in my trucking streams, I'll give it that.
Stop breaking the law, assholes!
Yeah, that one. I want to try Gamer 2000, which was on PS1 in 1996. Only about 2 hours long. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, all the Gamera video games, none of them came out in America. So, but now, I should at least be able to get through the menus. Like, I might not be able to understand that much, but I should understand enough to be able to play. Like, without too much difficulty. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, which button is start? I'm like, no, it's the one that says Stato. Like, obviously. Stato game! Game o shimasu! Yes, that one. Oh, jeez. beautiful, beautiful drive. Which sound clip regarding the woman's giant boobs from Liar Liar? I remember that whole scene. First day, this guy here? Yeah, everyone's been real nice to me. Well, that's because you got big jugs. I mean, your boobs are huge. I mean, I want to squeeze them. Mama! Yeah, that one. That one. It's fully in English with Japanese subtitles? What the fuck? Okay, that makes it even easier.
Oh, now that shouldn't be.
Oh yeah, also, I've been having a little trouble. Does anyone here know how the fuck to work the autopilot in Airbus A321? Thing keeps turning off on me, and I can't keep my altitude where I need it to be. It's following my navigation until it isn't, and then I'm just like zooming off on 500 miles an hour that way where I shouldn't be. It's been kind of annoying. Cessna Citation is more complicated than a usual general aviation, especially on startup, but not too bad. Like, you gotta turn on the APU before you get the engines going, and then you turn off the APU. But the Airbus A321, it's not nearly as bad as the fucking Saab, but fuck. Assuming we're not getting another public domain movie night since YouTube nuked the last one? Yeah. But I still, like, I fly in order to get my work done. So I've been flying a lot. It's just very, very efficient for me. I was assuming when I lowered the amount of time I'd spend a week to only 2 days for working on reviews, that would mean that I'd be getting reviews done at best once every 2 weeks. And then it started being every week on time, no problem. Just because the brain hack of using Flight Sim to trap myself in a world of work with no distractions and the engine noise keeping my brain calmed down. It's worked so fucking well. It's like I say, it's... the best way I can describe it is free hyper-focus. I get the work efficiency of hyper-focus, and I don't feel exhausted afterwards. Don't even know what the fuck that is. An Airbus A321? The autopilot system? It's a what's the term? It's an airliner. It's not the biggest airliner, but it's not the smallest. I think the Saab is the smallest, and it's... God, it is so fucking jank. Saab is real high tech from the fucking 80s. Ugh. Now, on one plus side, though, with the Saab is when its alert panel is going off, it's like flashing lights, and it's also showing you the direction where the controls are to deal with whatever is fucked up. Whereas the Airbus A321, I was just having annoying beeping and like like all kinds of stuff, and like in front of me it's flashing like, hey, this is a problem here, that's a problem there, that's a problem there. But I had no idea where the hell the button was to deal with the problem, because I never flew an A321 before. So... It's like before we take off, I'm like, this is your captain speaking. Wish me luck. Phew. Public domain system's royally fucked and YouTube is so trigger happy they will do public domain movies. Thanks a lot, Disney, you cocksucking motherfucking fuckers! Yep. Yeah. It's like the big problem is just in the content ID system. They just don't have proper checks. They don't have any kind of punishment for people abusing it. I think they're supposed to, but yeah, the problem is if a YouTube account, or like especially if hundreds of YouTube accounts are abusing the copyright system and uploading copyrighted movies and stuff, there are big companies that will be very upset with Google, and they will be litigious. And Google's like, oh, we don't want that. Now, if some unscrupulous asshats just commit fraud on a massive scale against a bunch of regular schmucks by claiming public domain movies that no one technically owns, there's no owner to fall back on, like, hey guys, these guys are screwing you. One time there was a company that was claiming everything that had like Halo music in it, and they were claiming to be Bungie. But even then, the fact that Bungie was coming to Google saying, hey, you're fucking over people playing our game, this guy's claiming music that doesn't belong to them, it belongs to us. I guess YouTube's just not used to that kind of complaint, because they kind of gave Bungie the runaround for a long fucking time over it. It's like when American McGee was trying to play American McGee's Alice, and YouTube was giving him shit for it, and they were giving him the emails like, hey, you could just try and prove that this is at all this, maybe we'll see about getting to it at some point. And he was there, he was showing his ass on social media, but in terms of devs showing their ass on social media, it was brilliant, because American McGee just posted the email, and he posted a picture of the game art, and he just said, my name is on the fucking box! Hi, Tara. Find full movies on YouTube all the time. Some have been up for years. Yeah, there's that too.
Who's that lurking over there?
Tara. I've been seeing like more and more copyrighted material just popping into the vertical video feeds and stuff, and it's like really shit. Tara, please. It's like stuff like, just straight clips from movies or TV shows, but with an annoying-ass robot narrator describing things, usually badly, and getting details wrong, while it's played with like a line or several lines cutting through it and flipping and mirroring every couple of seconds, and it's clearly just, ow, Tara! She tried to bite my mouth. Or she was giving me a kiss, I don't know. But she got fangs either way. Ow, Tara. Okay. You bit my hand. Or she's still trying to give me kisses. I still don't know. Okay. 991 kilometers. We're less than 1,000 to go. Oh. Yeah, just the copyrighted clips all over, like YouTube and Twitch, and I don't know Twitch, but all over YouTube and Twitter and TikTok, just masses and masses of out of context, like things edited in an incredibly shitty way and narrated in an incredibly shitty way, specifically to just avoid content ID filters and stuff, so that it'll slip through, and there it is, and it's just like, ugh. Talk about your low effort slop. Use the premise of the movie as a title of video, like, in this world you can shrink yourself to 1 foot. Yeah, that kind of shit. Black Butler live action been up for well over 10 years. Yeah, I was surprised to find Bad Golf Made Easier and Bad Golf My Way just on YouTube. I know those are lesser known ones, but I felt like Bad Golf My Way especially would have been more known. Yeah, they're just up on YouTube. Not by the company that made them. Like, they're up there. But I could have sworn Bad Golf My Way was a longer movie, but I guess not. Technically, it is longer than Bad Golf Made Easier, but they both just fit on a VHS cassette. Like, Sir, I need this lane. What is wrong with you? Where's my cup? Oh, there it is. There we go. Whew. 3 hours? Damn, we've been... Gotta sleep again so soon? 23 hours, 11 hours, oh boy. Jesus. Every time I look over at another panel, I'm just veering off. Okay, here we go. Oof. Got your grocery order from DoorDash. Get a box of cookies he didn't order. Someone's going hungry and you're... Well, you gotta check. Make sure they didn't substitute something else like your insulin medication. I don't know. Like, they do that semi-frequently. They, like, could not find olives. Substituted Welch's grape jelly. Like, what the fuck? No. 3 hours until we gotta sleep. 11 hours to our destination. We're gonna need 2 sleeps. But we only have 23 hours to get there. Ah! I distinctly remember last time we might have did a little extra sleep because I was like, fuck it, it's a super long haul, who cares, we'll make it. And now here I am like, ah, fuck, I don't know if we'll make it. We should, but there's still that question. Like, if we have to sleep twice of those upcoming 24 hours, how much of it am I sleeping? If it is more than 12, we're kind of in trouble. Constantly go into the substitutions to make sure there's somewhat recognizable products. Got 2 pizzas instead of pizza rolls once. What the I mean, I can see a bit, but no. Okay, it looks like we're in France now. We're having to stop for these damn tolls every 2 feet. Plan on making French toast for Christmas. More in a few years. Order nutmeg. Substitute cardamom. You. Oh. I mean, if you order Jif peanut butter and they substitute great value, I can understand that. It still is kind of a kick in the pants, but I can understand. Jelly in a salad, assholes. Fixing to have to go. Phone's dying, and so are your headphones. Ah, dang. Well, thank you very much for stopping by, Cataclysm. Have Walmart Plus since November 2020, and got the weirdest substitutions. Oh boy. Still remember when I was driving around town and I saw one of these trucks hauling like 1 plank of wood. Strapped down, like it was like 1 plank of wood. And I was just kind of looking at it like, you could carry that. You could just walk. Like, why do you have... What the fuck? Sorry, Pause Nation. Sorry. Maybe order the truck and the plank came free. Maybe. Okay, we got 1/3 a tank of gas, 2 hours before we gotta conk out. See if, well, let's keep going past this stop and see if we can find a gas station and rest stop combo. How can I see you? Ah, well, I'm using I'm using virtual desktop to play the PC VR on the Quest 3, but beyond that, I have that to set up to use Steam VR so that through Steam I can have Desktop Plus, and in Desktop Plus I have floating windows inside the game. So I got my YouTube chat over here, and I got my Twitch chat over here. Ah, there we go. We got a gas station and rest stop up ahead. Hit the right lane. I used to have TTS, but you know that caused kinds of problems, and it was a little bit annoying. And then I was trying to watch movies in VR while flying, and I desperately needed to be able to get some way to do that. And so found out about Desktop Plus and all that fun stuff. Work? Yes, work. Okay. Yes, me, I know we're tired.
Body count rises.
Thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Here we go. Whew. Let's see, fill her up. Ah, Euro 39 here. That's not too bad. Okay. Let's pull in to take a nice nap. Okay, there we go. "25 days to 7 years." Oh man. That got me thinking a little bit actually about the whole late bloomer creative projects. As I saw a little post earlier talking about how you know, time feels different based on your age. The usual thing is like, oh, well, when you're 5 years old, 1 year is 20% of your life. But when you're 50 years old, 1 year is 2% of your life. And I think that might have a little bit of an effect on starting creative projects, both in terms of, well, if I don't do it now, I'll die before I get a chance to. But also, when it's like I gotta sit down to make something, it's like it's gonna take 2 years to make. It's like, okay, that's not that long. When you're younger, that feels a lot longer. It's like, During when I wasn't streaming, yeah, I was kind of off and on for a long time. Yeah, Lady Night, I still got a ways to go before everything's finished. And there's still so much, like, obviously, after the first 3 chapters, and we still got 14 chapters to go, obviously there's going to be a lot more things brought to light. There's, like, Revelation has a strangely large amount of revelations in it. Why do I not have it in my... I don't think about that, Lady Knight. That's my problem. Now, I am happy that with Steam Next Fest, things have picked up a bit. But at the same time, I don't know, it's been a bit disheartening since getting the demo out and just looking at the numbers and seeing them be at like 0 or not move. And it's like, 2 years can fly by depressingly fast. Yeah. SOS what? Or is that just a box to use in case of emergency? So that'll be useful for me, I'll tell you that. Oh yeah, Lady Night, that is true. I did my first sponsored segment talking about my own project. God damn. Don't slow down. We're already going below the speed we're supposed to for this. Hello, Empress. Hello. Welcome back. Making our way through... Are we through France yet? Let's check. Where are we? Ah, we're on a border. Once we're past this road, we're pretty much done with France. Or maybe we're already done with France. I don't know. Where are the borders in this country? The speed limit's 90. We should still be in France. Speed limit's 80 in Spain. We should see the flags as we're passing the border. Did I go to Iceland? They haven't added Iceland yet. They're going to, but it's not there quite yet. It's going to be interesting. Okay, so I think we're in Spain? Speed limit's still 90 though. Where's my destination? It's either Spain or Portugal. I can't remember which. I think it's somewhere in Spain. 598 kilometers. What's the headlights? Where are the flags? Where are the flags? Almost made it back to Spain, but I'm just like, nah, I don't know. Hello, officer. Are we in Spain now? Yeah, this goes to Madrid here. When did Spain get 90 kilometers an hour as a speed limit? Moving the chair and camera to a straight forward position. Is it throwing you off? Yeah, well, I mean... the problem was, like, when I only had 2 monitors, the right monitor's camera angle was kind of still pretty straight on. It's not too bad of an angle. Having 3 monitors, that angle became a lot more extreme, and I went, like, I was almost sideways. And I stayed like that for a while, but then I was like, forget that. So then I changed it to the center monitor. And, well, as a result, I went from extreme side to extreme front. This is... Okay, good. We have 8 hours still left to sleep. 9 hours until we're late. But 6.5 hours to get there, so... Just no sleep, and drop this off, and we're good. Speed limit's 80, assholes. Okay, now it's 60. It's still faster than you're going. Like, all we gotta do is get there quickly and don't sleep and we'll be fine. And then we're stuck behind these jackasses. Just like real life, yeah. Going to play Space Trucker? I played Star Trucker. Is that what you're talking about? Because I know that they changed the balance of it a lot, but when I played it, it was new, and oh god, it was way too fucking punishing. And it was one of those... It was a game where you'd have to know what you're doing before you play it, and exploit bugs in the game in order to barely break even if you're playing perfectly. And that was so fucking annoying. They've since lowered the default difficulty, and they've added a just sandbox mode, so it's not just the story mode stuff. So you can just kind of chill truck. But I don't know about going back to it. It just left such a bad taste in my mouth the first few times I tried. Also the fact that it's really not designed to work with a wheel. I did make it work with a wheel, but it was getting the wheel to pretend that it was an Xbox 360 controller. Which has, you know, certain limitations. In the meantime, I can get the wheel to fly in Elite Dangerous and in a Microsoft Flight Simulator. The Cessna Citation, interestingly enough, works fantastic with my wheel setup. I have wonderful control with the Citation. Space Trucker's not out yet. It's a VR game. Okay, that intrigues me more, because Star Trucker was the one that annoyed me. If it's a different game, then there's a chance that it's different. You know, there's a VR space trucking game designed for VR. Okay, that has my interest. Always on Steam. Okay. Check that out. It'll be really nice if they also allow wheels, because Mud Runner has a VR yeah, it's not really a version of Mud Runner. It's just a separate VR game. And one of the things that they decided in the VR version of Mud Runner is you don't get to use wheels. It's designed entirely around VR controllers. So it's like, god damn it. Truck simulator game in a StarCraft universe or Warhammer 40k. So the economy in Warhammer 40k is not quite like ours. That negative 1,155 is not income. John, you are a liability. You bastard. I'm supposed to be getting passive income. I'm getting passive expenses. This is like Microsoft Flight Sim all over again. Alright, that reminds me though, since I actually did go ahead and buy the Aviator edition of Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, I also went ahead and canceled my Game Pass. Just bug it. It's the only thing I'm playing on this. I had canceled my Game Pass before, and then I reinstated the lesser version of Game Pass because I figured out, oh, I need to fly in order to be able to do my work well. Did my work well enough to actually make a decent amount of money, used that money to buy the full version of the game, and then canceled Game Pass again. Okay, 336 kilometers to go. So, like, there's a lot that you can do in VR in a trucking game. It's like one reason why I like Microsoft Flight Sim in VR so much is because there's just so many dials and buttons and little controls that really do things, and that translates fantastically to VR. Now, trucking, you also have all these little buttons and dials and stuff, but you have to map that to a controller. There's no VR controls in Euro Truck Sim 2 or American Truck Sim. It's just the camera, that's it. So you still have to worry about controls, which means all these things here that are buttons that do react to when you press things, you can't actually reach out and press them. So it's like, Switched to Linux not long ago, did an update the other night, rebooted and was met with a kernel panic screen. Had to do recovery, reinstall Windows, and install different Linux distribution. Oh boy. Once I bought that A321 in Microsoft Flight Sim, I put it in Dallas-Fort Worth because I was like, I'm probably going to find a nice flight out of here. I won't have to transfer the aircraft because I spent practically every last credit I had on that plane. So then it's like, okay, well, where can I send it to that I can just fly straight out of, and I don't have to worry about a transfer cost to get to the mission. And out of Dallas, there was a mission going all the fucking way to China that paid 30 million credits. And, yeah, it was a 16-hour mission. I'm like, oh, it's a while. It's a long flight. Yeah. Yeah. So, unfortunately, I'm thinking that probably I'm not going to be able to ever actually complete one of those flights. 16 hours in real time, yes. I mean, you can skip ahead, but if you do that, you lose a good percentage of the pay, like 90%-ish, something. If you're like, okay, I made it to cruise, now skip to descent. Number one, skip to descent can be buggy as hell, and you could just smash into a mountain, and oh well, sucks to be you. But number two, you lose most of your pay. Then, other points, your passive income is calculated based on the real time you spend flying. So the more time you spend skipping ahead, the less passive income you're going to get as a result. There's also a sim rate thing. You could technically be like, hey, sim rate 2x, and then it'll only be 8 hours. Sim rate 4x, it'll only be 4 hours. But the faster you put the sim rate, the more likely your autopilot's going to fail, your plane is going to go wobble real fast, turbulence is just going to shred you to pieces. Messing with the sim rate messes with a lot of things. So the best way to play is to... Oh, he's got all the little tiny little things there. Oh, he's holding the little baby dump trucks. How cute. So like a real pilot, you get paid based on flight hours? Yep. Yeah. Nuts to that? Oh. I find it entertaining. And I've completed 5-6 hour flights. But a 16-hour flight, that's the longest flight I've ever seen in that game. I did see a flight that was probably actually longer before, but that was a bugged flight. It was going like all the way around the world, and it was telling me to go in this little puddle jumper that couldn't actually fly that far. And the mission was saying that, this is like 2 hours. I don't know, something. Go to the other side of the world in a Grand Caravan. Just go. It's like that thing can't actually fly that fast. It can't fly that fast. It can't fly that far. It doesn't have enough gas. It's what? By the time it gets there, it'll be due for an inspection like 3/4 of the way. Hello, Bubbly. Subby, the hell. I can read. Bubbly the heck hound. See, a lot of players of Microsoft Flight Sim will... Well, there's various levels to cheesing the game. Because most people really don't want to fly for hours and hours and hours. So there's the people who fly and then they're like, sim rate up. Ah, this 3-hour flight was actually only 30 minutes. I'm good. But there's the alternate side. Like I said, putting the sim rate up will mean that you don't make as much passive income, because you don't get 3 hours of passive income for flying 30 minutes, you get 30 minutes of passive income. So, what's the alternative? Well, if you're working on passive income, what people do to cheese the game there is they just start a mission and then just stay in the fucking parking lot. They just sit there, leave the computer running all night, and then exit out in the morning, and then they come back, and then it's like, here's all that passive income while the rest of your fleet was flying while you were just sitting there. You could cheat. Well, that's what I would consider that. Okay. 2 hours to get there, 3 hours till we have to sleep. We got this. $110 kilometers left. Psycho bastard! Go! The speed limit was 60, not 40. What is wrong with you? Guy's acting like he's not driving a bunch of explosives around. Am I gonna play RA9? I don't know. Maybe? Both is gonna get it, so we'll have it in our Steam family sharing. No. At that point, may as well. Reserved? Yeah, here we go. I'm good. Probably. So close, so close. Just gotta get past the slowpokes. There's this one thing I saw on Twitter recently. There's one person was, you know, they were getting dragged in the comments by the anti-AI types because they were there like, I got this, my most personal thing really speaks to me and such, and it was a little AI music video, and it was a little Suno song. So it was entirely AI, and by entirely AI, I mean the one thing that I seem to pick up on that none of the comments seem to pick up on, which was the lyrics to their little Suno song were obviously AI written. And it's like, how is that personal if you didn't write the lyrics? Like there's a lot you can do with AI that I admit, but when you don't even write the lyrics, like, come on. What exactly did you do here? AI is the death of creativity? I don't really think so, because I feel like a lot of the biggest pushback from AI comes from creatives. Like, understandably so. Stuck in a room on Doom Dark Ages yesterday for half an hour, only door of the game so far that didn't have a switch or auto open. Turned out how to get right of the doors, ass and press O. Oh. Okay. Want human-made art? Only human-made art? Yeah, I want that too. Problem is, it comes time to pay for it. Where the... Shit. God, engine off my ass. Trying to... These damn things... Sir, stop, sir! If he crashes into me... Okay, I'll go this way and hope for the best. It's like, I've made a good chunk of AI music, though I always write the lyrics myself, because I feel like that's the thing that I'm being creative with. Ah, fuck you! Cop right up my ass, like, you went 4 kilometers an hour too fast. What a dick. New computers and digital equipment method making art. Yeah, that is one thing that I find to be very hypocritical about a lot of the anti-AI types is that many of them are major digital artists. They never draw without a reference. Fuck you! I'm slowing down for that, you bastard! Anyway. What a fucking dick! But it's like, I know...
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Like, there's so many people vehemently anti-AI that absolutely always have, like, their selection of brushes, their, like, the digital brushes that definitely do a lot more than just strokes. I made a friend, yeah. And then there's the what's the word I'm looking for here? Fuck me. And there's the references, like, always have a reference. I saw someone who was, like, showing a stream of their own little, their process of making their art, and I was just kind of looking at it like, huh? Because they've got the little 3D posable doll that... Motherfucker, go! Oh. It's taking their little 3D doll and making a pose, and then they're effectively tracing over the pose, and then I got their brushes to fill in things like hair and just, lots of... Like, there's so much shit that the brush... I saw one image where it was like, and then we add the rain, and they had a rain brush, and they just went like that over it, and they just, like, oh, rain. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's not drawing. But, I mean, when it comes to drawing, I'm very much a purist. I'm there like, get a piece of paper and a pencil, there you go. Do something. So it's kind of ironic where it's like you got a lot of these vehemently anti-AI types where they're like, okay, any kind of AI at all must go, must die, while they're using all of these assists, where I'm here like, okay, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. I'm using AI to get to the end of this very long project. But if you ask me to draw something, I'm doing it analog. I'm taking a piece of paper and a pencil and I'm making it happen. Making it happen, baby. And part of it is I just honestly have difficulty with digital art. It's just so much learning how the hell to get the damn... how to get the damn program to listen to you. Don't have to worry about getting a pencil to listen to me. Well, Jove, I feel like there's something to keep in mind when it comes to human-made art versus AI-made art. Is AI-made art because of how it is just kind of an amalgamation of human-made art that came before. It's really not possible for human-made art to ever be considered worse. AI art will only... Its capability is only ever... The best it can be is slightly worse than the best human art out there. The human art has to exist, otherwise the AI art can't. God damn it. Ooh. That trailer brake came in handy. Now the new law in UK, if you watch an anime series, play a game, and instance you go to jail for 2 to 5 years. Digital protect UK accept intercousin marriage in the judicial laws. Oh god. Oh. That is... Okay, let's see about getting ourselves a nice nap. Oh. There it is. We got $500,000 credits. Dollars. I keep, like... I've been playing too much Microsoft Flight Sim. And while we're on the way, we can see about fixing up the truck, getting any kind of damage we have taken care of. So now we should be able to buy another garage, buy another truck for it. There we go, let's see. Yep, That's not too bad. Though the tires really do need to be fully replaced. Okay. I always wear out my tires. All that acceleration, all that. All that Texas trucking. There we go, there we go. Strong bully from Pinocchio wastes the kids after they turn into donkeys. I mean, I'm trying to figure out, like, what is the use of a donkey? I assume, like, a donkey, that's a very specific animal to be turned into. A donkey isn't really used as a... Like, a horse has a lot of uses. It's a beast of burden, but it's also it can be used for races, like it'll probably be a pleasure horse. So there's like, I have one to ride, like my Sunday horse rides. Then there's the potential of, eating a horse. That's a little rare, but it does happen. Then, of course, glue factory. Just horses. They kind of runs the gamut. Now, if you're turned into a cow, that's a bit different. If you turn into a pig, that's very specific. There's no, oh, the pig, we're putting it to work. No, we're eating the pig. But a donkey, donkeys tend to be pack mule. You are a beast of burden. You're not going to be eaten. You're not going to be loved. You're going to be worked. You have a fucking job now. The donkey is a slave animal. So I feel like that's the fate of the kids in Pinocchio. They get their fun, and then... boom. Okay. Now let's see. We shall be purchasing ourselves a new garage. Let's see, where can we buy our garage? We don't have an Italian garage. Caligari, Olbia, Bastia. Can we get one in Rome? Where the hell's Rome? Rome, okay. Knew it was around here somewhere. Okay, get ourselves the fort. Okay, let's see. Make her proper. FTS on there. Like, I don't want to make shitty trucks for my company. Snag. And of course, there we go. Buy that, send them to Rome. And now, get ourselves hire driver. Martin, you are hired. Get your ass to Rome. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Let's see what we got around here. Coming out of Porto. Coconut oil to Bulgaria. Why not? Let's get Bulgaria the coconut oil. I don't know why the hell they need so many tons of coconut oil, but they're gonna get it. Okay. 15 minutes. 11 kilometers to our pickup. Okay, no need for Texas trucking. Still gonna do it, but no need. There we go. Once you're ready to put away, don't fold your washing clothes in the bathroom since they're stored in the bag. Do fold the ones in the kitchen to keep the kid from pulling them out to the... Okay, that's a private conversation over there. That sounds like a suggestion. There we go. How much coconut oil does Bulgaria really want? We can check the tonnage when we get there. Come on, boy. She picks up real nice when we're empty. It's just... a little turn around here. Get ourselves down there. Get ourselves picking up this lovely, lovely coconut oil and get it moving. What kind of boss would I be IRL? Like boss of what? I don't know. Like, I'm not a very good boss. I think I need more management skills. Yeah, I recognize this place. Okay, how much coconut oil you got? Where is it? Okay, they want 23 tons of coconut oil. Well, and I'll bring you 23 tons of coconut oil. God damn. What the fuck they doing in Bulgaria? understand a 23-ton delivery that involves coconut oil, but 23 tons of coconut oil. Alright, we got our coconut oil. Bulgaria be getting some coconut oil today. 3,500 kilometers to go. Let's go. 49 hours, 40 minutes travel time, 1 hour, 107 hours, 26 minutes until we're late. Never trust Bulgarians. Fetish coconut oils. Usually that's baby oil, but I mean, I've heard. I'm confused. Supposed to be going any 50 faster than 50 still. Dang it. Oh. There we go. We're good. Ah. Hey. Okay. Whew. Coconut oil uses: cooking, hair care, skincare, household, polish wood, remove residue, grease squeaky hinges. Okay. What's this game? This is Euro Truck Simulator 2 by SCS Softworks. I'm currently bringing 23 tons of coconut oil out of Spain, bringing it to Bulgaria. I'm trying to hedge my bets, Joe, but I'm just trying to figure out what to comment on and what to just let kind of be. just gonna go straight and hope that that's good. Signs in Spanish. I have no idea if I just broke the law or not, but they didn't find me. Has good graphics. Oh yeah. Technically, it looks better on flat screen. Just VR has a way of blowing everything up and having all of the rough edges just kind of stick out. But yeah, it's just a nice experience driving around, seeing Europe. At least a smaller version of Europe. A way to get the reaction phrases to use his phone notifications? I don't know. I could probably upload a couple to Discord. Just for funsies. How much is this game? Well, the base game usually goes on sale every now and again for like $5, maybe less. But that's because they get you on all the DLC. This thing has butt-tons of DLC. So if you wait for a good sale, you can usually get a big complete pack that has most of the important DLC, like the map expansions and the job extensions, a good amount of the paint jobs, not all of them. Usually you can pick up one of those for like a big collection of most of them for like $50 on a good sale. But that is a lot of we got a big map here. I'm still in. Oh, actually no, I was in Portugal. I haven't reached Spain yet. Then I got to drive through France. Then there's Italy over here, and then here. Then we get to Bulgaria. We also have up here. We can go up to Scandinavia. We go over here. There's the UK. We still don't have that, but they're working on it. They're adding bits and pieces as we go along. America is just kind of the western half of America right now, but they're working on it. Illinois should be next. And there's British Columbia. South Dakota might come before British Columbia. That's going to be the question. Which comes first, South Dakota or British Columbia? I'm betting South Dakota. He's hauling the little baby trucks, the little baby dump trucks again. What are these? Why are they hauling little baby dump trucks? Of course, when I first got into the trucking games, I started with just the base version of American Truck Sim. Just trying to see, dip my toe in. I wasn't about to buy all the DLC if I didn't actually care about the game. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I really like this. And then I did. And then I went and bought Euro Truck Sim because I got so... I expanded so much in American Truck Sim, I was like... I've got over 200 employees in American Truck Sim. How many do we have in Euro Truck Sim now? 13? Or 12, that's right. I don't count as an employee, I am an owner-operator. I do like how the reflections actually reflect. Now, I don't think this game uses ray tracing or anything like that. They have their own little reflection system that's a more classic style where it's just like, yeah, we'll just generate that again. We'll just render that, but then it's going to be a shader over here. Like, we got... Yeah. Of course, if they did use ray tracing, then... there'd be all kinds of problems. It would not run well in VR at all. Like one day they did Fusion, Euro Truck, and American Truck so they could do World Truck Sim. Now, I feel like SCS Truck and World is kind of an inevitability. Oh, we're missing shrubbery on that part of the hill. But, according to SCS, they're like, no, that's not the plan. But it's like, after a while, after a certain point, once you got the whole plan, it's like, why is this in 2D games? It's like, if you want to expand this one, it has to expand to a map you've already done over here. No one's going to want to buy it again. Like, no one's going to want to have to buy it twice. But having the Fusion game, SCS Truck Sim World, would be, like, the thing to do. Or to be like, okay, it's time to start Euro Truck Sim 3. And at that point, why not just make that game SCS Truck Sim World and just rebuild the world from the ground up for a new engine and a new, like, fidelity level and such. No, I wasn't even thinking of Screen 7. I got the March of the Clowns coming up, and I've got all the stuff planned out for that. And I got all the rest of the projects going. I got the streams, of course. Got to finish Lunar 2 still. And I'm still working on Comic Chronicles. So, yeah, March of the Clowns. Haven't done that in a while. Yeah, we did a Terrifier 3 review, so we reviewed all the Terrifier movies so far, so that's already gone. But there's always more clown horror. There's always more. Is Dr. Giggles a killer clown type horror? I feel like yes, because there are plenty of horror movies that present themselves as clown horror, but have less clown to do with them than Dr. Giggles. So, should still count. I'm just happy that YouTube's actually recommending my stuff out late nights. That's one thing I feel like when you run into problems with the copyright system, they're less likely to recommend your stuff out. Doubly so if you run into problems with the community guidelines. You can fight it. Sometimes they'll even agree with you, but your content is permanently given a bad mark, and it will do poorly as a result. And it's like fucking assholes. But yeah. Wait for the movie to vaguely fade from public memory, then review, or just do the Asylum ripoff. Yeah, pretty much. I was thinking of how exactly is trucking going to work going down to South America, but then what do we got? Suspect is Henry Meja, 18-year-old white male. Got it. I've seen this one thing talking about this road that runs through Mexico down into South America, but then it's well, not down. It's like through Mexico. There's one road running through Mexico, maybe into South America. Can't remember. Oh yeah, that's right. There's described as this road that goes like all the way from Alaska down to the tip of South America or something like that. Just crazy, like longest stretch of highway in the world. But then they're covering this part in South America, and they're like, oh, by the way, it's not here. It's broken. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean it's broken? Is it the longest highway ever, or is it missing here? Yeah. When we get SCS Truck Sim World, will I drive this, or will I drive up to this point and then hit a load screen to take a ferry further? Portuguese and Latina radio. Though the interest from the interest for Convent Chronicles Revelation to be translated into Brazilian Portuguese at some point was actually kind of directly responsible for the decision that Elisabetta is Brazilian. It has really helped fill out her character a little bit more. And it's another one of those things where it's like, I've got the things I'm putting together and I'm making them, and then I make a decision long into it, and then it's like, it fits perfectly because it feels like it was always meant to be that way anyway. So those are the best decisions to make. Driving the truck and then also the ferry. Oh, you don't want to trust me with the ferry. And again, you don't want to trust me with the truck. Generally, you don't want to trust me. Like, that's the point we're making here. What wheel do I use? This is a Logitech G923. And I also have the shifter with it. And on top of that, I got this here. This is just a USB handbrake. Got that set to trailer brake. I got that for my flight simming. Which, yes, I use the wheel for flight simming. But I needed something for my speed brakes. It was just too annoying trying to do that in VR while landing a plane. So, I got this so I could just grab that and pull it. So I feel like it'll be useful if I ever load up Dirt Rally again, have an actual handbrake. But for trucking, I have it set to the trailer brake. And I used it in the last time we had to get the trailer in this really awkward position so I could try and move the truck cab around while holding the trailer in place a bit better. I could just kind of shove it and nudge it to get it in the right spot. Gonna go in VR mode tonight, but snapped your Halo. Ah. Have to play on simpleton mode. Ah, no. Yeah, I used to have a battery strap for the Quest 2, but number one, this is a Quest 3, and it doesn't fit because Facebook. And number two, Bolter ran over my battery strap, so that kind of broke.
And the body count rises.
Thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Bolter didn't run it over out of anger or nothing. I just had my headset on the floor, and she just was coming up to me and ran it over. It's like, coming, crunch. And then it's like, oh no. And she's like, oh, nah, sorry. And I'm like, ah, don't worry about it. I'm getting the Quest 3 soon. Not going to be compatible anyway. We already know that. Now, the reason I don't have the battery strap on the Quest 3 is because the money's been tight. Yes, for the entire time. Ordered another, but don't like the default strap Quest 2 comes with. Never have. Index base station malfunction too, so not have a good video month. Oh man. Base station. Oof. I'm hoping that now that I got the reviews coming out at a good pace on YouTube, that by the time the Steam frame comes out, I might be able to get that. Though it is notably not the biggest upgrade from the Quest 3, so they're like, it really has to either secretly blow your socks off, or I need to have more than enough disposable income in order to be able to justify that kind of purchase. Wait, what? Animus? Wait, what? Wait, what? What? I'm just here like, why would I lay down on the floor and let that happen? Oh, great. Okay, first let's check to see, is this detour... Okay, this isn't going to screw us over, so let's take the detour. Remember last time we took a detour and it royally screwed us. Okay, so we go from 3,058 kilometers left to... Okay, 3,118. Okay, so it added 60 kilometers to our... 60 kilometers to our trip, not too bad. OG Oculus was amazing. Shame they discontinued that. You see, I never had any kind of VR that required base stations. My first real VR headset was the PlayStation VR 1, which is like about as low as you can possibly get and still actually be VR. From there, I got a Quest 1, and then a Quest 2 shortly after, and of course I got the Quest 3. I have a PSVR 2, but god damn. That was just really disappointing that Sony treated the PSVR 2... What is this trying to tell me to do? Oh no, you fucking don't. We are not going to do that. We're going to go this way. It's trying to tell me to turn around and go back to the blocked road. I'm like, no, road's blocked. We're not going that way. We can't go that way. We're going this way. No, only one person who got the PSVR? Well, every time I'm on Twitter and well, not now. Back when Sony was still technically supporting the PSVR 2, I would go on Twitter and complain about the PSVR 2, and there'd be suddenly an army of people coming out of the woodwork to tell me how wrong I am and how awesome the PSVR 2 is. And it's like, you don't have to sell it to me, I already bought the damn thing, I'm just not using it because there's nothing to fucking play on the damn thing. And it's like, all it was getting was Quest ports, and I already had a Quest, and my Quest was wireless. But, yeah, the bots, that's what I'm thinking, because shortly after they discontinued it, suddenly I could go on Twitter and complain about the PSVR 2 all I wanted, and there were very few people, like, responding negatively to me. There still were. It was Twitter. People will always have something to complain about with what you say. But, yeah, it was, after it discontinued, the amount of people who would respond to me talking shit about the PSVR 2 with PSVR 2 is good, actually, was like 1/10, if that. My first mistake is using Twitter? Yeah. Need to eat? Yeah, 3 hours. 3 hours. Should be good. I should be able to find a... See, this Volvo, we got a massive gas tank, so I don't even gotta worry about that too much. Just keep going till I start yawning, then panic. But it's like... PSVR 2, I was sold on the idea of, okay, the PS5 has more than enough horsepower to make some really nice-looking VR games, plus the eye-tracking, foveated rendering makes it even better. Like, you can focus it even more, do even better optimization. So here we are with this thing that, by itself, maybe not the most impressive VR tech, but with everything combined, actually designed to push what it can do, can actually do some pretty impressive stuff. Now, Resident Evil 8 VR, very nice. Looked great. But just sitting there kind of waiting like, okay guys, when are you gonna make the next nice PSVR 2 exclusive experiences here? Kind of like Blood and Truth. Loved that on PSVR 1. That looked phenomenal on PSVR 1. Looked way better than it had any right to. Kind of simple gameplay, but the tracking was way improved on PSVR 2, so there was like plenty of room to improve. Blood and Truth 2 would have been fantastic. And Sony shut down that studio. And it's like, damn it! So then there's like, okay, well, we'll let you use your PSVR 2 on PC. I'm like, okay, well, that's good at least. But then they're like, oh, actually, most of the features of the PSVR 2 you can't use on PC. I'm like, why you be like that? So it wasn't until more recently that modders actually got it so it's like, oh yeah, the eye tracking does work on PC. And stuff like that. And that's something the PSVR 2 does have over the Quest 3, is eye tracking. So then I was thinking, okay, maybe I will actually get the PSVR 2 PC adapter. Then, of course, the Steam Frames announced, it's like, okay, well, that has eye tracking and pancake lenses. And it's very much just kind of plug and play. It's not, I gotta get the compatibility software, get this, and then download the mods, and then hope that I can get things that are going to cooperate with it. So it's like, no, this is actually baked in, built for this. Like, okay. And this guy going slow. Okay, we need to find a sleeping spot soon. City here? Not certain. But it's night. Okay, we got a rest stop coming up. Oh, shit. Going down to one lane. Okay. Where? Headed to Bulgaria, 23 tons of coconut oil. That's right. We gotta deliver for the world's largest orgy. I don't know. A hell of a lot of lubricant. Grab him gas while we can. I think Guinness is there to document it. Maybe. Hey, you guys got any parking spaces open? says it should be a rest stop here, but I ain't stopping, I ain't resting. Okay. Might be using it with the trailer. So let's drop the trailer here. Hope no one steals all this coconut oil. See if we can find a parking space. And seriously, they have all the spaces. Oh, for fuck's sake. We are in trouble. Oh, okay, there's a spot right there I'm allowed to sleep. Did I just slightly move off the spot? There we go. We did it. No one stole my coconut oil? Well, unfortunately, Joven, if we don't sleep, then we'll get fined and fined and fined. And we'll eventually just crash and crash and crash. There we go. Yeah, the road closures aren't so bad. We can go off the beaten path sometimes. Wasn't the mics there. I was trying to be on the lookout for any of those little secret side roads not marked on the map, but technically drivable. says go 80 now, it's like, yeah, well then I don't have to go 60 there, or go 60 here. So maybe I'll just stay at 50, because then I gotta go 40 here. Here, I can go fast again. But yeah, after this, we bought a new garage, we bought another truck, we hired another driver, and after this job, we should be able to hire another driver. Well, we should be able to get another truck and another driver. So we're starting to get to that point where we can just make them dollars, them euro dollars, the euros, hands over fists. This game needs to let you chug Monster. Yeah. All out. There was Olga discovered. Okay. We're finding places. Interesting little bridge. When are they going to release the car DLC? I would assume relatively soon. Though I think that they're probably going to release Illinois first, and they haven't announced because the thing is, Illinois will complete Route 66, and that seems like that would be the go-to, clear, obvious mission structure for the car DLC is the Get Your Kicks campaign, where you do your road trip down Route 66. And they haven't announced exactly when Illinois is coming. Once they announce Illinois' arrival, it'll be a couple of weeks from when they announce it. Like if at the beginning, if March 1st, they're like, by the way, Illinois coming, it'll be Illinois coming March 14th. I think I kind of understand why to an extent now that I've been dealing with Steam distribution myself. Because you gotta get the things like okayed by Steam, and they take their time. They're not gonna. It's not a very fast review process, and you can't be sure if they're gonna be there like, no. This is wrong, that's wrong, you gotta wait another couple of weeks. Like, please resubmit and then wait another week to see what we say. And then, after all is said and done, then there's the Steam algorithm where, for the first 2 weeks leading up to your release, the first time that happens, you can appear in a up-and-coming kind of list. Like, you'll get a little bit of a boost there, but they'll only do that once. So you have to be damn sure your stuff's coming in 2 weeks before you set that date. Because if that date comes, and then you have to delay for some reason, then there's the whole other can of worms. Like, that's kind of the thing where I'm looking at Comic Chronicles Revelation, where I'm looking like, okay, I'm not sure I'll be able to get it out in April. Because even if it's done, I don't know if Steam's going to approve it that fast. So internally, it wouldn't be a bad idea for me to say it's coming, like, May or June, in order to just have that kind of buffer, so that then after Steam says, okay, it's good, it's fine, I can then say, it's coming in 2 weeks, to have that amount of time to be like, okay, we're gonna get the most visibility we can based on Steam's algorithm. Go. Simple enough. Yeah, they did do a good job with the physics update, because I'm already used to it. It just feels like Euro Truck. What kind of music am I listening to? I don't know. I threw a bunch of random stuff in the Euro Truck mix, and Spotify's algorithm is shit. So... I'm going to have to get a Spotify shuffler, or I'm just going to have to cancel my Spotify and go back to listening to AI music. The whole point of the Euro Truckin' Mix, and all the Truckin' Mixes, was to have 40 hours of various music in a certain theme of, oh, that you might hear this while you're trucking around Europe or trucking around America or whatever. But Spotify's shuffle isn't a shuffle. It's a algorithmically weighted shuffle. You listen to one thing and then Spotify sits there and says, ah, that's what you're interested in. Well, let's just try and pick something else in that regard from here. So I've had 30 or 40 minutes of music that repeat out of the 40 hours I specified. And I'm like, you stupid son of a bitch. Shuffle. How hard is that to understand? They're like, oh, we can't just do a straight shuffle. It might play the same song twice in a row. It's like, well, that would be amazing if it did on this playlist. Still should give the option for it. Like, no. The only option they give you is decrease repeats, which is already on, and it still repeats a lot. Yeah, Amazon Music sounds like it would probably be okay. They probably have a real shuffle on Amazon Music. Gas. We got 7 hours before we gotta sleep. I remembered to bring all my coconut oil. I didn't drive off without it, so that's good. have told Alexa to play 3 Days Grace only for it to play a totally different band. Yeah. Yeah, they do that. There's a new AI version of Echo, and it's making mistakes. And that sounds like an AI assist, all right. Looks like we'll be crossing over roads we've been to. Okay, and we'll be getting back on that path. Took away your British, Australian, etc. voices, you're stuck with 4 female and 4 male. Ah! Charlie Poulter was a little bit disappointed because she's been using Microsoft's text-to-speech voices, and she's got the one that she sticks to, the one she likes, and evidently Microsoft updated it at some point, and it's not as sassy as it used to be. And it's like, why? Why you do that? God dang it! Not my fault. They don't see the giant truck full of lube. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know, we still got 2,700 kilometers to go. There's plenty of opportunities for more crashes. I guess... Made to France. No, not quite. Porta de Barcelona. But it was clear that it was using AI? Well, okay, yeah. If they're at least honest about it. It's like there's some respect there. Ziggy. That reminds me, there was another show that was kind of like Quantum Leap around the same time, or was it? I think it was out around the same time. It was a similar kind of concept, I feel like, but it wasn't like Quantum Leap. It was, I can't remember exactly about it. I remember enough small details, but I also can't really remember enough to be like, this is what it was about, this was the character names and such. But I do remember that there was a it's best compared to Quantum Leap because you had this main protagonist who was a time traveler from the future, and he was trying to do good something. I don't know. And he had a holographic assistant, but in this show, his holographic assistant was an AI woman who he kept hidden in the device that was used to like hold her, that he would keep on his person, so that it would be secret, that no one would know that he had an AI assistant person, hologram lady with him. The disguise was it was a credit card. It was designed to look like a credit card, so that people in this time period wouldn't be thrown off by it. They wouldn't be like, hey, what's this weird thing? They're like, oh, this is this guy's credit card. Let's return it to him. You know, stuff like that. That show does not sound familiar at all. I'm still, like, working on other parts. There was a running bit in the show. One of the protagonist's weaknesses that kept fucking things up when he was trying to do stuff is, like, he could not drive a stick shift. He was from the future. He learned to drive. He knew how to drive, but he could only drive an automatic. And that was kind of a sticking point in this show, because in the time period he was in, modern times, like late 80s, early 90s, manual was still pretty common. So you'd have this situation, bad guy's getting away, he's got to get in this car, and he's got to go, and then he gets in, he looks, and it's a stick shift, he's like, fuck! Not sliders, yeah, it wasn't sliders. But he would tell someone in that time period that, oh, I can't drive stick. And they'd look at him like he's got two heads. Like, what the hell do you mean you can't drive stick? What? No, I can't remember enough to know about, like, much of many episodes. There's one episode that I do remember, though, where he had to save the president of something with doing something. Like, he had to save the U.S. president, and it was this. They had this bit of a racial kind of. It was trying. One of the things the show did was it was trying to do a sort of subtle commentary on race. Now, as subtle as a cinder block to the dick, but the way the episode went, I remember this, was it just goes the entire episode. He's trying to save the president from something. I can't remember what, but president's in trouble, time traveler here to save president. And the president's black. And this is set in the past, and the president's just black. And they just go the whole episode, and they don't ever mention this, right up until the end, where his holographic AI... his holographic AI assistant was there like, hey, you did a good job here. You know what? Maybe one day you could be president. Just for some reason, I can't remember what the fuck led to that. But then it's kind of revealed that in this kind of parallel universe, whatever, plot twist, there's never been a white president. All the presidents have been black, and he doesn't believe he'll ever be president because he's white. And then they make a very thoughtful comment that the color of your skin really doesn't mean anything when it comes to your capabilities to be a political figure. So it's like not exactly subtle, but I remember that. Like, of all the things I remember from this show, I remember the credit card AI lady, I remember the guy couldn't drive stick, and I remember the president episode where it went through kind of subtle and then ended on not subtle at fucking all. kind of subtle before because just the fact that the president was black in a TV show, that wasn't too uncommon. Like, you would get a episode of a science fiction show and they'd be like, okay, here's the president, and sometimes they'd be black, and that's just kind of how they do it. So the fact that it was kind of a twist reveal at the end, like, oh, in this universe, all the presidents have been black, there's never been a white president. That was kind of like, oh, okay, interesting. Then it still ends on, like, the most heavy-handed kind of messaging you can have. Ooh, 3 hours till we gotta sleep. If only I could remember what the hell the damn show was called, or anything about it. I don't remember even if it was even necessarily a good show. I just remember it was on TV sometimes when I saw it. I don't think it was Doctor Who. Terminator mixed with Quantum Leap. He was a time cop. I maybe try and find some clips or something. But Lady AI assistant hologram who lives in a credit card. This is a very important aspect. And the motherfucker can't drive stick. Possibly that's more important. Rest stop coming up. Man, that guy's been up there a while. Oh yeah, I reviewed Time Cop. There was the plot point about matter not being able to be in the same spot at the same time, which of course I brought up the fact that the body is constantly regenerating cells, and like there's, you know, even your bones that go through a process, and that like matter doesn't really stay in the same spot in your body. And the punchline to that one was that effectively, at the time frames they were going for here, you could probably literally go fuck yourself and be perfectly fine. I probably should have pulled in there, because I want to pull in the right anyway. Coming through. Here we go. Okay. Time tracks? Oh, okay. Jack's been on YouTube yelling the whole time. It's like, it's time tracks! Time tracks! T-R-A-X tracks. Time tracks! Okay, we gotta find some clips of time tracks. Gotta put that on the Discord. See, it's a real show, I know. Like, I wasn't making shit up. Yeah, they beat the bad guy by having his future self and past self occupy the same space in Time Cop. Chuck the one into the other, and then they, like, do this weird, bad CGI melt into each other and screaming pain, and then kind of just annihilates. Okay, Nils B, this income negative 61 euros. Motherfucker just went to GameStop. He picked up the new fucking... no, he didn't pick up anything new for 61, no. Especially 61 euros. Like, you're buying your video games with euros, you're spending like... Shit, what does it gotta be? Because I remember I went to Europe in 2006, and game prices were fucking crazy. I'm like, what the hell do you mean? DS games cost fucking 60 euros. They're like 30 bucks in America. Was it 60 or 80? I was like... Okay, Jovic, thank you, thank you. So, I mean, that was back in 2006. I can only imagine now with $70 games, $80 games, just how fucking many euros they're asking for some, like, latest fucking AAA slop. Why haven't we had a series about a time voyager who must save the president of Fruity Pebbles because Fruity Pebbles cereals are in danger of his existence, and to help him in his hologram of a phallus whose talks and as a master is God in platypus form. Hey, there was a game called Time Tracks. Interesting. Hey, they're mooning us. It's only a quarter moon. Moon's really fucking big. What the hell? I ain't never ever seen a moon that damn big. When the fact that Euro Truck Sim is like the world is only is only like 5% as big as it should be. Is that the entire planet? Because that moon is fucking big. Find some episodes of Time Tracks, watch it again, just to jog my memory. May I have a little bit of nostalgia for watching things and being like, what the fuck is this? I have no idea what's going on. Ah, fuck, those were the ones I wanted to go through. Oh well. Right, thank you, thank you. And 2,300 kilometers to go. To Bulgaria, oh yeah, with a whole lot of lube, 23 tons, 23 tons, yeah. Okay. Jesus, man. I had my signal on you. Frickin' psychopath. But you think a special agent they're sending to the past, maybe they would have actually taught him to drive a fucking six shift. Just saying like this. This is, there's characterization, and then there's blatant plot holes. See, Quantum Leap didn't really have that problem because it was all a big accident. This wasn't supposed to happen this way. No one was preparing for anything. No one was, like, sure what everyone's still playing it by ear in Quantum Leap. Like, fixing the timeline seems to be doing something. Let's keep doing that. Maybe it was just like, you know, they were sending them from the future, and in the future there's like not that really that many people who know how to drive a stick. Something they got right. Maybe it could have been based on something else they got wrong. Like, well, we would have sent another agent who does know how to drive stick, but the problem is they all had no pinkies, and that's gonna look weird in the past when they still had their pinkies. This guy still has his pinkies. He's gonna blend right in, don't worry. Well, if the time tracks guy can't drive stick, said he can't. Ask AI if the time tracks guy can't drive stick, and it said he can't. They think it's the right show. Oh shit! Fuck! I missed my exit. Don't text and drive, kids. Don't text and drive. Well, this is gonna be a full detour. Alright, it's fine. We'll be going to... Yeah, that's no big deal. Okay. Could have been worse. Here we go. Oh yeah. This isn't too bad because we're going to be driving through roads that, well, actually looks like we have driven these roads before. We're going past a city that we haven't tagged. Interesting. Thanks, Henry. Making money for me. That's what I like to see. tank. 7 hours. Yeah, our last rest was at a sleep stop, no gas. But this Volvo's good for it. Man, I could go for a Bucky's brisket right now. Man, it's been a long time since I went to Bucky's. You know, Dad? Back when I had more money and time on my hands, I liked to go visit Thick Black Daddy. That involved a good amount of driving. When I get there, you know, on the way back, I'd stop at Bucky's, buy one of them there egg sandwiches, get some coffee, just have a nice drive home, eating some Bucky's food. Pick Poulter up. This Bucky's a Texas native / origin spot. I don't know if Bucky's is native to Texas, because generally if it is, they like to brag about it, and I don't think I've seen that out of Bucky's. But there's plenty of Bucky's in Texas, and there's plenty of Bucky's around. What the? Did that? What happened? I swear that white car just did a little spin. Dairy Queen Texas native. I don't know. I know what a burger is. I don't know if Dr. Pepper is, but I know they like to brag that they bottle it in Texas. Dairy Queen used to run commercials that said, "That's what I love about Texas." Huh. Sir, stop! Your fault. I told him to stop. He refused to stop. I mean, by the time I saw him, it's not like I could very much stop anyway. Is it true that God did, in fact, bless Texas? Yes. It's just one family. Fine. They'll never miss him. Dairy Queen's from Illinois, and even spelling Dairy Queen like an illiterate dumbass. Well, that's how I spell most things. that you're banned from America besides the food? The best junk food in the world, America, mainly because all the unhealthy shit isn't banned here. Ah, yeah. Shit, that reminds me, I got a bag of Lay's I gotta destroy. Oh, I still got so many images to... I've got... Like, I went ahead for chapters 16 and 17 and planned it all out before getting started on Generation, and it was 600 images. I got 200 of them done. That's still 400 to go. It averages out to a little bit above 300 per chapter, but it's for the story it's slightly less than 300. It's just the CGs take up a little bit of over a dozen per chapter. But yeah, and it's like with chapter 16 there's just a lot going on. Chapter 17 isn't too much, but it is the big finale, like, end of story. We're wrapping things up. Everything that has happened has to come to a close. And this is where they're now. And, of course, it's the ending, so everything has to be big and special. And you get your nice rewards for playing and all that fun stuff. It's just, it is a lot. That's kind of the whole thing with, since I had to rely on AI in its generation, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make something that... Wait, why are we turning around? What? Oh. When did we get it going the wrong way? Oh, well. I must have missed another turn. Fuck. Okay, well... What the... Is every fucking... Sorry, I did not realize that... Why? Okay. Okay, now we'll turn around. Jesus Christ. miles on those things. Okay. Now, as I was saying, I took it upon myself to design something that simply would not be possible without the AI image generation. That's because while technically you could design a visual novel with over 3,000 individual full-screen images. Like, there's no technological barrier to doing that with people. It's just doing so would cost over $3,000. So, people don't do that. So that's the interesting point, is it's something that is technically something that has always been possible. It's just been such a financially insane thing to do. But, you psycho bastard! No one's gonna do it. But that does kind of open a path. But it is a lot of dang work. And that's the thing, is it's still like, if a large team were to use AI to try and do what I'm doing, they could do it a lot more efficiently and probably at higher quality. But still, as an individual, I'm pouring in the time to try and make this, and whether it's recognized or not, it's gonna be a fucking world record when it's finally out there. Unless somehow someone else makes a visual novel with over 3,800 full-screen images, and puts that out there, like, boom. Unless that happens in between now and the release of Combat Chronicles, it's whether or not it's recognized, it's going to be a world record. So I think I could be proud of that. Setting a world record. I mean, like I said, might not be recognized, but that doesn't change the fact of whether or not it happened. 061, oof. And like I said, a actual dev studio with an actual team wouldn't necessarily be incapable of doing exactly what I did, probably doing it better. Or at least more efficiently, hitting those numbers much more efficiently, being able to exceed them without too much difficulty. But like a lot of things, sometimes a lot of times when it comes to things occurring, it's not necessarily is it possible, is has someone done it before? Like running a 4-minute mile. It's an odd example, but that's just physical capability. And evidently, historically, there was a point in time when it was considered to be beyond the limits of human capability. Like, people just can't do that. Up until someone did. And then by the following year, many other people also did. They were all always capable of it. But it wasn't until one did that many others really put in the effort to do it themselves. An interesting thing about the human condition. Only allowed to make lefts so the truck will detonate? Oh no. Why? We could do a stream like that. Okay, we could get the little Chris Rock clip in there. I'm a left turn making fool. I drove from New York to Chicago making nothing but left. Ended up in Miami. But who gives a fuck? That's what I want in Road Trip. I want a nice convertible. I want the free... that... Whew. Just find the exits that eventually turn towards the destination. I mean, it would be a bit of a challenge in the truck sim games, considering there are considerably less roads to work with. One of those twisty, turny, sons of bitchy. Okay, it looks like we're gonna stay in the left lane here. On the Lion Center. No, we're not gonna stay in the left lane. We're gonna stay in the right left lane. So here. Okay. All right. When's the last time I talked to Creepy? Just when I was like, yeah, I need to get my brain figured out. I was wondering about talking to him again because I feel like I did. Like, I managed to get my brain figured out. That was, like, that was the thing I needed to do. And I feel like I did it. But I don't know if he'd want to talk to me anymore. I don't know. It's one of those things. start of toll road. Can't, no. Stop with the toll road. No more toll road. How many toll road if toll road could have road tolls? Yeah. Why you that? Like, get out of my damn way, you little shitbox. Here we go. I am worried though that Comic Chronicles Revelation is just not going to sell particularly well, and then it's like, well, if I want to make a translation, I'll have to rely on AI for that, which I would hate because I really don't want AI to come anywhere near the writing. That includes translations. Unfortunately, I am not bilingual, or trilingual, or a polyglot, or anything of the sort. The only language I know is English, and that is questionable at best. So, I'd have to rely on others in order to do any kind of translation localization anyway. And that also brings into question, like, okay, who exactly would I be working with? And how do I ensure that they are not relying on an AI for the translations? Because that'd be ironic as hell if I spend, like, the $15,000-ish that it would cost to have the whole thing translated professionally and then find out that they just put it into a fucking AI. It's like, motherfucker, I could have done that. Terrorist. Here's the synopsis. The cop must save a bus. The terrorist who put a bomb on the bus is a spider. And the spider called the cop for a ransom. Ooh. Taco etiquette. Okay. If you use a fork, you are banned from tacos. Oh no. That's bad news for Poulter. damn, how many fucking stops? Like, oh, slow down for this, so slow down for that. Oh, okay, now you can go 90, but oh, you're gonna have to slow down again. Yo, back up to 90. How far can we go before we gotta slow down? This far. Pick a lane, asshole. It's not. It's a. What are you doing, asshole? You're supposed to keep going here. Jesus fucking Christ.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
I didn't. He did. Anyone knows why this happened? Why did 2 copies of a game download on PlayStation sometimes? I feel like on PlayStation 5, sometimes it'll download the PS5 and PS4 versions. But, I don't know. I haven't used my PlayStation much at all. No. Another fucking god damn. What are you slowing down for? What are you slowing? Why are you stopping? Just go. You're supposed to just go. This is literally the design of this is so that you can just go. Ugh. Why am I still limited to 60? Everyone else is just going. And now I can go 80. He was just booking it. There we go. Whew. Okay, 6 hours till we gotta sleep. We're good. Lady Night, I can't have cashews anymore. I'm very frustrated at this because I really like cashews. But I have learned that they are much closer related to poison ivy than you would think. And I learned that the hard way on the exit. Also, with the fact that I ate cashews like I eat most things, just big handfuls of it, and only it. Oh. Okay, so that is a sign of winter time. We still have 1,900 kilometers to go, which is a while. Don't think we'll make it. God damn, another. Oh, this is why we're not making it anyway. parachutes are highly toxic unless meticulously prepared by hand, which is why they're so expensive. Oh. Well, I guess maybe I shouldn't have been eating them like I was anyway. And a tiny bit of skin left on another's deadly. Maybe it's a good thing that I decided to stop eating cashews because of the itchy butthole for 3 weeks. No, I thought that said ass, right? Like, huh? Oh, A55. Oh, right. Now coming up to ass. Let's stop on the ass. It's all the time I has. Someone getting arrested on ass. Whoa. Careful. Ah. Yeah. It's been a nice stream. Still a long way to go. Bulgaria's gonna have to wait for their lube. Maybe they'll get it next week. But, thank you all for watching. I'm Dr. Shado. And remember, you're gonna love my nuts. Anyway. Let's see. What do we got in terms of rateables? Alrighty. Got some Overwatch for Thick Black Daddy. Be like, how's it going, Mr. Thickums? I hope you are watching over, and that the nerf to the cat hasn't hit you too hard. Did they nerf him yet, or are they just talking about nerfing him? I know they're nerfing him. I don't know if they have nerfed him yet. But they were nerfing the cat. I saw news about the cat nerf. Can't let cats have any fun.